Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It's Premier League preview, transfer window review. I tell you what, I've just noticed I look really slim in this black jumper with the black background. I'm not, I put loads of weight on, but I look skinny. I'm happy about that. But tell you what, some people's transfer budget has been a bit skinny this month. See what I did there? And also Premier League weekend coming up. The last full Premier League weekend before we go into this international break, not an international break, a winter break. Which I think is a good idea because we still get games each week, but half of them don't play. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But who's won the transfer window as well? I think as things stand, look, we're going to get some deals in the last day, I suppose. But you're not going to get your big deals in your last days. You know, no one's going to sign Mbappe or Messi. So I'd say that it's really between Manchester United and Spurs as to who has won the transfer window. I know Arsenal have bought someone I've never heard from Brazil. Chelsea not really doing anything. Maybe they'll get somebody in on the last day, but I mean it's not going to be the striker they wanted, is it? A Dembele or a Werner. So the significant signings are Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes, and Spurs, Steven Bergwijn. I think it's quite a close one. I mean, I'm a big fan of Bergwijn from PSV. I wanted him to come to United last summer. I think he's a potentially a really good player. And they got rid of Eriksen for a bit of cash as well. So they've done both sides of the coin. Whereas United, the move of Ashley Young was not something United wanted to do. So that's not something they did, but it happened. Bruno Fernandes, I think, is a fantastic signing. So Manchester United, for me, they've won the transfer window. I mean, whether that will be proven right or not, maybe Bergwijn will overshadow him, but I think that it's a good signing for United. Very excited about it. But I'd rather be winning league titles than transfer windows. And look, I still think Arsenal and Chelsea have wasted the month, and they've probably got their own reasons for that. But top four is definitely on for Chelsea. They're in fourth at the moment. And Arsenal, I think, could be in the Champions League next year if they do well in the Europa League. So both had reason to invest in January. Both have chosen not to. I've said this before, I think it's a problem in football. I think that never have the revenues been so high for football clubs in relation to what they charge fans, sponsors, but yet clubs are spending less. So yeah, maybe I don't know what that's to do with wages, I don't know. But something I do want to just show you before we start talking about the Premier League weekend, because it is a big weekend. VAR is always an issue. Let's listen to Rory and the lads.
Your team score a goal, and then it's that moment of elation, and then it dies down, and then you're chasing that buzz again. As soon as you don't have that anymore, football as a whole has lost something.
Gents, VAR, it's been introduced in the Premier League for the first time this season. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to give you guys a chance to tell me if you're pro or anti-VAR. Lee, mate,
Matt,
how are you?
Without VAR, mate, you'd only be about 7 points in the lead and not fair. No, it's it's shocking what it's doing inside the grounds. It's shocking, honestly. There's no atmosphere anymore. You can't cheer when something goes in. You're literally sitting and watching the screen.
It seems to be that the process.
There we are then, VAR. What's your thoughts about it? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it here to stay? Should it be here to stay? Check out what I've said on that video. The link is in the video description. 888 Sport channel about VAR. It's sort of gone a little bit quiet, hasn't it, VAR? But I still think it's a massive, massive talking point and a really good debate between four different fans there. Check it out. Links in the video description. Go and get your comments on there. Say Goldbridge sent you and give us your thoughts, because it's a really important thing. And I think that VAR should still be very high on the agenda for this season, because it's going to mess up the end of the season as well. So check out that video, link in the video description, after you've listened, finishing to me, of course, or you can go there now. But look, the Premier League weekend, Liverpool won again last night. They're up to 70 points, 19 points clear of Manchester City. They're going to win this Premier League title. We're never going to hit the end of it. Will they be treble winners? Will they be invincible? Look, I spoke about that a couple of weeks ago. Who's going to stop Liverpool? The only team I think can stop them being invincible is Manchester City. And I'm sure there's Arsenal fans out there buying Man City. Well, probably not that far, but they will be thinking about it. It's that. And also, if Liverpool lose one game, like if Liverpool go invincible, it's so much better than Arsenal's. They shouldn't even get a trophy each. Arsenal should have to hand it over to Liverpool, because the amount of games they've drawn one game. They've drawn one game and we're in February. Well, we're not. We're literally their next game's in February. So one game and won everything else. Arsenal drew 12. So yeah, will Liverpool lose a game? Look, it'd be interesting when they've won the title whether they can keep it going. But they shouldn't be winning as many as they're a good team, Liverpool, but I'm stunned at how many games they're winning. You've got to put respect on their name for that, I suppose. But look, Premier League weekend, my watch-along is going to be Saturday lunchtime. We're going to be doing Leicester versus Chelsea because I think the race for top 4 is now on. United have brought Bruno Fernandes in. Steven Bergwijn has obviously come in for Spurs. Eriksen's no big loss. He wasn't turning on anyway. So Chelsea are 6 points clear of Manchester United and Tottenham. And Chelsea with this big game at the weekend against Leicester. Leicester beat Chelsea. Then their next game is Manchester United. In 2 games, United could be level with Chelsea if results go that way. So really big few games. Chelsea haven't invested in the transfer window as we've spoken about. So I feel the door will be open to top 4 again. Chelsea have always held on to 4th. And we've had the top 4 the same for a long time now. But Chelsea do keep dropping points. 8 losses I think they've had. They do keep opening the door. And all I think it takes from a Manchester United or a Tottenham is consistency. I mean, look, Wolves, Sheffield United. I don't want to be arrogant and say you're not in the race. You're not, but technically you are. But if Spurs or United find some consistency, that 4th spot's still up there. It shouldn't be. Chelsea should have had it on lockdown. But their inadequacies have allowed it to happen. So Leicester versus Chelsea is going to be our watch along at the weekend. Join us for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. I actually think Leicester will beat Chelsea. Yeah, I do. I think the best Chelsea will get is a point. So the door will be opened there. Bournemouth against Villa, both down near the bottom. Massive game. Bournemouth with a good result last time out in the Premier League. But Villa looking good. Maybe a bit of bounce from that Wembley trip they've got there. But they want to stay in the Premier League. I can see that being a draw, 1-1. Palace against Sheffield United. Look, both teams have done really well this season. Again, I think that'll be a draw. I'm going to go 2-2 in that one. Liverpool, Southampton. Southampton are much improved, but you know who can beat Liverpool, especially at Anfield? I'd say 3-0 Liverpool. Newcastle, Norwich. These are all 3 o'clock kickoffs. Norwich need to win. Newcastle, I think, will be safe. I fancy Newcastle to win that 2-1. Watford against Everton. Watford do need a result. They've been doing quite well under Pearson, but they're starting to drop back into trouble. Everton have been doing really well. A point each, I think. I'll go 1-1. West Ham against Brighton. Both teams need a win. West Ham losing midweek to Liverpool, you'd expect that, but they were trounced by Bournemouth, weren't they? West Ham need to win this game. Brighton, I can see that being 0-0. I can see it being a 0-0. A Man United Wolves, Bruno's first game, 5:30. And this, I think the door will have been opened by Chelsea. So by Leicester beating Chelsea. So very important that United... This is a big game. Even the Man City game for United, this is a bigger game because this is Bruno. This is United. This is Ollie's last chance, really. I think we all know Poch is available in the summer. He's been given a player that Poch wants in Bruno Fernandes. Ollie has. He's now got to find some results. And it's got to start off with Wolves. And I think it will. I'm going to go United to win 2-0. I've seen Wolves against United play a few times this season. Well, 2. And, well, 3 with the replay, actually. So a few is right. Wolves look toothless. And I'd love Jimenez at United. But Wolves look a little bit toothless. Very, very good team, but they don't seem to score enough goals. And I think United defending well. 2-0, I've already said it. So I'm going to go with that. On to Sunday, you've got Burnley against Arsenal. Burnley, good result against United. And Arsenal struggle at these sort of places. But I think the way Arteta's got Arsenal playing, I can see a new Arsenal. And I think Arsenal need a win. So I'm going to go Arsenal to win that 2-1. And then the big one as well on Sunday, I might do a watch along for this, not decided. It's Spurs against Manchester City. I mean, look, these are the games where if Man City don't keep winning, Liverpool will win the title well in March. So I would go Spurs, Man City. It's a tough game. I think Mourinho would love to get one over Pep. City were poor against United, but I think City will win, actually. I'm going to go 3-1 City. I think it'll be very hard for Everton. For Spurs. Very hard for Everton because they're not playing them. It'll be very hard for Spurs to beat City, to be fair. And then that's it. There's no midweek games. The break sort of kicks in a little bit. Next weekend, we've got 4 Premier League games. And then the weekend after, we've got 5. So we've got Everton and Palace next week at 12:30. No 3 o'clock kickoffs. Brighton against Watford at 5:30. And then on the Sunday, you've got a 2 o'clock kickoff, Sheffield United versus Bournemouth, and Man City against West Ham. So slim pickings in relation to the quality of that one, but there you go. Anyway, get your thoughts in below. Who's won the transfer window? What do you think about the top 4? Is it open there? When are Liverpool going to win the league? And also make sure you check out the video, links in the video description. In fact, get over there now, 888 Sport, VAR debate. I've left my comments in there. Make sure you leave yours. Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and remember we're back for a watch-along Saturday lunchtime. Leicester versus Chelsea, the race for top 4. Probably the most exciting bit about the Premier League at the moment, and the relegation battle maybe, but Liverpool have got that title on lockdown. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all soon.